The following podcast is being brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network.
Maybe we can still heal you. Why? So you could just lock me up? No. Just bury me in the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from the ships. Because they knew death was better than bondage.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a man. By then it was nothing to me but blinding. The shadows betray you because they belong to me.
In the hell do you think you are?
Okay, it's not working out. I'm gonna need the suit back.
For how long?
Forever. Yeah, let's
No,
have it.
please.
Let's have it.
You don't understand. This is all I have. I'm nothing without this suit.
If you're nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it, okay?
So Oz, this week we will be discussing, as I like to call it, the highs and the lows of the DC TV. And with that, I'm talking about the DC Universe app, which has a great show, Titans. In my opinion, a great show, Titans.
Absolutely.
And we're going to venture from the tippy top all the way down to the bottom, where we're going to talk about Batwoman on the CW in the Arrowverse.
Not necessarily trying to say that Batwoman is the bottom, but we'll have our little review of some shows.
We're going to talk about some TV shows today, and we're also going to, surprise, talk about some wrestling.
Yeah, and the crowd goes quiet. Except for the crowd that loves wrestling, that listens to us. Shout out to JD. Shout out to Scott and their show. Shout out to, I don't know.
Wow, Oz, way to go.
Junkyard Dog. Shout out to the Junkyard Dog.
So, actually, I kind of do want to start with, before we kind of dive into our usual comic and DC Marvel nerd-type talk, I do want to kind of dive into this wrestling situation that we have here. There was a T-shirt released by WWE for an NXT wrestler named Jordan Myles, or on the independent circuit before he went to WWE. He was also called ACH. He's a black wrestler. Very good, very athletic. He's got a big smile. And the shirt was all black with red outline, kind of like lips, and the white letters as the T, which spells Jordan, as the teeth, which spells Jordan Myles, and the lips, which can be, and I understandably is interpreted as Black Sambo. Oz, real quick, as brief as you can, actually. Well, and not as you can, but just kind of a quick summary. Just give our listeners info. What is Black Sambo?
So, way back in the day, and back in the day does not mean like a year ago. Back in the day is like towards the turn of the end of the 19th century to the beginning of the 20th century. So you're talking like 1890s to like 1910s, 1920s. Black Sambo, and in the 30s too. Black Sambo was like sort of part of this minstrel show where white people would put on white entertainers would put on blackface, black polish, and try and mimic black people and sing and dance and just but they would do it whenever they would mimic the black people, it was always in a buffoonery sort of way. And ironically, Al Jolson, who was white, I think the first audio ever recorded for film was the jazz singer, and that was him in blackface minstrel doing that. So like Sambo is just it. Not only that, it's also been in cartoons too. Character and basically Black Sambo is like sort of like to those who wouldn't know, is like a very silly, buffoonish, cartoonish, Kunta-Kinte-ish, mimicking that kind of thing. Because Kunta Kinte was definitely a fighter, but just like mimicking like the dumb African, the dumb black man, the dumb black person in America. So that's Black Sambo.
And the shirt was and Black Sambo does have bright red lips. And regular Scott, can I just say one more thing about that? Absolutely.
So Black Sambo 2, also to give it more context, was super black, super dark skin. And actually, you know what, regular Scott, give me a second, dude. I got to get a little deep about this, because this kind of comes home a little bit closer than I thought it was, actually, when I get into it. So also the Black Sambo 2 was definitely cartoon. You would see him in animation with the black skin African who was like with a spear, where you hear the derogatory term spear chunker, with a bone in the top of their hair, that kind of thing. And where they get the lips is that they would have these like super big, exaggerated red lips, like saying, making fun of black people's lips. And if anybody knows, like, man, black lips are awesome, you know? And then like also like exaggerated wider nose, and like, you know, not really quite human, but not really quite human. And that kind of hit here too. And I'll say here to where I live, and I won't say, I guess I can say it, like, I live in Virginia. I don't want to say where in Virginia, right? Is that not cool to say, Rick Scott?
What are you scared somebody's going to track you down and come find you or something, dude?
I live in Richmond, Virginia, dude.
Yeah, what's wrong with you, man? Shout out Richmond. Are you scared?
Never scared. So look, here, let me talk. So regular Scott, I want to get your opinion on this too.
Yeah.
So with the Black Sambo thing, and we'll get into the wrestling thing. So, oh my God, like maybe to me it feels like a couple years ago, but it was probably a while ago, like maybe 6 years ago, right? So there's a dude who is white, who's well known in Richmond. Like I feel like he's been part of bands. He's done some stuff. I won't say what his occupation is, but he's done some stuff which has been like, that has like put his name out there. This dude is white and dressed up like a Sambo. Like literally like with the blackface and everything. And he worked at a place, went to work at that place on Halloween, got called out by people, and was just like, whatever. But then it became a thing, and because of the quote-unquote woke culture, cancel culture, whatever you want to say, that dude got called out, and it became a firestorm in Richmond, and that place got shut down. Literally, they shut the place down. Another person who owned a business made a comment. That place got kind of like, yo, fuck you too. And that dude had to do this apology tour, and he didn't know what the fuck to say. He came up with like literally 7 different stories of why he did it, just to try and fill space to why he did it. And then he over apologized, and it just became this crazy thing where it's just like, yeah, man, if we taught history better in this culture in America, people wouldn't do that dumb shit, and we wouldn't even be here. We wouldn't even be where we are with number 45 for our prez. We wouldn't be here for all that, but we don't teach stuff properly, dude. You know, you see the beginning of the Watchmen, and people are like, oh, Tulsa? What? That's really weird. It must be an alternate universe where black people were really affluent and rich and got bombed by the federal government out of their area. And the state government, you're like, this, no, it's not. It happened in Tulsa. It happened in Rosewood, where Trayvon Martin got killed. That place used to be an affluent, all black town that got absorbed into that area, dude. You know, correct me if I'm wrong, listeners, please. The mayor of that area in Florida where where Trayvon happened, when it was an all black town, he was the mayor of that town. When they absorbed it into the white area, he became like a postal worker or something, dude.
All right, but you're getting off topic.
Sorry, man. So look, Black Sambo.
We got it. We got it.
It affects us all. It affects everything we do, right? And so the black, if you ever see dark skin with a really big red smile smiling, that's what a Black Sambo is.
Yes.
And by the way, you did say make it kind of short, and you know I will never make anything short, dude.
Well, last week, you went on this big thing about you were gonna do you were gonna start, cutting things short. It was a new year.
I know, dude,
it only lasted a week, but that's okay.
I know.
That's okay.
History is all around us. History is like a part of us, and there's history, and then there's history. So
right.
So I will be quiet.
Thank you. So I bring that up because this T-shirt has caused a lot of controversy, and we've already had our first Oz rant. I haven't even set the table yet. And so Jordan Myles went on Twitter and he posted this with the shirt. I will keep posting this till my voice is heard. I'm not sorry for anything I say or do. Representation is important. If this is Vince McMahon and Triple H's vision of me, then this is a slap in the face of every African-American performer, fan, and supporter. So that statement came out. Then WWE released a statement that said that Jordan Myles approved the T-shirt, saw what was going to be designed, approved it, and that's why they went ahead and published it. Then Jordan Myles responds and says that he has an email saying that it was already approved before he had saw it and all this stuff, and it's turned into this back and forth, and we don't know exactly what happened. A lot of
we? Is that true?
Well, I mean, he has the email, and listen, here's the thing, we do not know what happened. We don't.
That's true. But don't we know the history of what the WWF and WWE does just for?
Okay. Well, what is the history then?
Stuff?
What is the history then?
They fake stuff. They fake everything. So why? I want to give it two. There are literally 2 points to this. Point number one. Jordan saw the T-shirts, was like, "Dude, this is dope. I'm actually gonna get some, like, a little percentage of, like, a kickback of the T-shirts. This is amazing, man. I'm actually gonna get a little profit, get some money out of this. Cool. It's all good." And him not knowing the history of Sambo, he said, "Cool, whatever." But the lawyers of WWE, they would be like, "Oh, whoa. And trust me, I work in this business. Everything has to go through legal, dude. When I'm on my film shoots, we do every little thing we do. It has gone through legal. Like you turn this spoon this way because the other way might imply that people that you're offending fork lovers. So yeah, you do everything. There are reasons for everything. So I feel like WWE. But then for me in my childhood, growing up to my manhood, I know the gimmicks that they've done. I feel like this is another publicity stunt for what they do. They do publicity stunts, dude. And they do controversial publicity stunts.
Yeah, I think you're completely off base with that. That's nonsense. I don't think they would do something like that or have a wrestler who's not prominent and tell him to go out and do that. I don't think that's the case at all. I think there's a 0% chance of this being a worked type situation.
Okay, so what do you think is happening here?
So here's the thing with WWE. They do have a history of stereotyping gimmicks. We had Junkyard Dog. They obviously, they got this guy in a chain walking around with, a chain and stuff and on his knees crawling around like a dog. Then there's Mark Henry, who they called the Silverback. You know, and then you got Crime Time, who were two black guys whose gimmick was they kind of hustled you, and they were very street savvy, and they stole a lot. They Then you got New Day, and they see, and that's kind of where the gimmick thing comes in, because I've heard some people have a problem with New Day because they throw out pancakes. But if that's something that the New Day, because I know they know about the culture, I know that they are aware of the history. If they don't have a problem with that, then I don't think that's something we should have a problem with either.
Well, most actors, which are wrestlers.
Well, let me finish before you cut me off and
go
on
on
another
sure.
rant.
Sure.
And I think that those are people who haven't spoke up and haven't really said anything, because then Jordan Myles goes and starts kind of calling other black wrestlers out and starts tagging people to kind of jump on the bandwagon when all the facts didn't come out. Then you see all this stuff, and I can't really make a judgment until I know exactly what happened, because I don't want to end up with egg on my face. So I'm not going to say whether he did do it or whether he's doing this for publicity or not, because I don't have all the facts, and I think it would be ignorant of me to try to make a statement on it as of right now.
No, that sounds legitimate. Just one follow-up question, because I don't really follow modern day wrestling that well. But did Jordan call out black wrestlers in the WWE or black wrestlers in other non-WWE things?
Both.
Or both?
Both. And a couple of the wrestlers from WWE, were like, yeah, I got your back and stuff like that. And a couple of them were like, there's other ways you can handle this. Like there are ways to go about, and this is from a guy like Titus O'Neil, who is very outspoken about doing a lot in the community. He's very proud to be a black man. He knows about the culture. And he's a company man too. Like there's no doubt about that.
What does that mean? Tell me what that means when someone says they know about the culture.
They stand up for what they believe in. They know about, when I say they know about the culture, I mean they know about the history. They know about what people have actually gone through. They know about like little things. Like I think a part of the problem with this T-shirt is I bet you there was some young kid, white or black, who doesn't know about the culture and doesn't know about the history of these things and why a T-shirt like that would be offensive. Because I don't think that T-shirt was made intentionally to be offensive. I think some young kid made that shirt and was just like, "What's the problem with it?" He has a big smile, and they just don't know. Like they're truly ignorant to the situation.
No, that's true, but I think the other side of that is too. But again, once it gets past that, here is my vision, and it's never like one person says, "Hey, I'm petitioning you to design a T-shirt." They probably said, "Here, let's send out 5 people to make T-shirts, 5 artists, okay? 5 artists make T-shirts, and they said that we're choosing you." Then it goes. Through like this design on a PDF. It goes to like, is this offensive? Is this bad? Is this offensive? It goes to like a legal process. It goes to creative process. It goes to advertising. Will this sell? Because this is $1 billion industry. So they don't take this and just go, So then it has to go, all these people are not aware, or all these people are aware. That's all I'm saying. It's either or. It gets to that.
I think it does go through all that, but it just goes to the history. Like if you don't know about it, or if it's not something like, there are things that you may know about that you just don't think about until something triggers it. You know what I mean? Like
right, but who 40 McMahon, all of these people who are in this.
I don't think 40, Vince McMahon saw it.
That's cool, but for anybody who is 40 plus. Anybody who is 40 years plus, anybody who's 30 years plus.
I think
How
that
do
might
you
be
not
pushing it.
know? And it's not one person. There is a team of people. So how does a team of people not know?
But we don't.
You know
But
what I'm
we don't know
saying?
the
You
ages.
know,
Like we don't know the ages of these people. Like,
okay. So a group of 20 smart 5-year-olds who are in the legal department have to get stuff approved. How do these 5-year-olds not go on the web and go, is this offensive? That's not impossible. It's pretty improbable that that happens. Now, I'm not going to say that it didn't, you know.
well, it sounds like you
That's
are.
not from. No, I'm not, because it's not my place to be like, no way, man. But I'm just like, man, that's a lot of that just goes with me and conspiracy theories, man. At some point, something's got to give. Like,
Yeah, but that's so. It's so blatant to be intentional. Like it's so blatant that like I just can't imagine that some like it had to just slip through. Like it had to. It can't. I just can't see them doing something that blatant.
I will say this from my very uneducated history as a kid with the WWE, WWF, NWA, any of that stuff. Um, um, I, I don't put it past them to do that to spark up some sales and controversy. I do not put it past them to put it, because that's a very easy way to put somebody's name out there and a very easy way to sell some T-shirts. That's all I'm saying, dude. That's it.
No, I listen, and again, that's why I said I don't want to cast a judgment, but I think it's good to kind of. I know this isn't like a
Yeah, and I don't want to be a naysayer either, man. I want to be. Look, 2020 is coming where we're all supposed to be seeing much clearer. I don't want to be like the naysayer, okay?
well, you are, but that's why I don't want to cast a judgment yet, just because I want to give it some time and kind of give the facts, but I do think it's important to kind of not pick a side, but kind of tell what you're thinking and where you're leaning towards, because I think this is the type of thing that conversations need to be had about, because this is the type of thing that will make people have to learn about the history. Now that should be a talking point, kind of learning about Black history besides 1 month a year.
Absolutely, dude.
And another thing about that, real quick, why isn't Black History Month in June? Why do they give us the shortest month of the year?
Here goes. People can either go, I will remember Black people for 28 days out of the year, which literally there are places in America where you can literally like not think about that at all if you didn't want to. Not have to deal with it if you didn't want to. Or there are people that are faced with the reality that Black History Month is literally every single day. Juneteenth. Why wouldn't you put Black History Month like that? No, look,
It would make
there
sense.
are policies in place. There are policies. Yeah, well, there are policies in place why this is happening. There are little tiny nuclear bombs that have been set off to be insults to people, dude. The GI Bill, when all these great patriots came back from World War II to say, hey, yo, you risked your life for freedom and to free other people from tyranny, from fascism, from Nazis, from people, from Aryans who were so lame that they took their swastika, that they stole it from Indian culture. The Indian culture, the swastika means good luck in India. Germany took that swastika and perverted it, dude. And so anyway, Americans fought for that, and they were like, you come home, here's the promise. You come home, you fight, you come home, you get the GI Bill, you get a home, you get to live, you get to have prosperity. Yes, but not the Black people, not the Black men who fought over there. They weren't allowed to do that stuff. They tried to get a house in other places. So they were excluded from that, man.
True that. But yeah, so that's kind of, that's our wrestling talk. And if you want to hear more about that, you can follow the Pro Wrestling Showdown at Showdown Pro. Myself and JD will be covering this more so. But before we get too deep into our nerd talk, allow me to set the table. This is Take a Knee for Marvel vs. DC. I am your host, Regular Scott. I am here with my co-host, the comic connoisseur himself, the mighty Oz the Killmonger. Oz, what's going on?
What is up, good people? And I'm not trying to be on some stuff today, but I've had my beers, and conversations need to happen, man. At some point, we all, as Americans, need to talk. Because I know I don't. When it's all said and done for me, I don't want to say that I was born in Antarctica. I'm proud to be an American. I am not an African Antarctican. I'm an African American. I'm proud of this place. I'm proud of my history of this place. But I'm also proud of the scars that we have too, because we've been better for it, and we just need to acknowledge the scars and acknowledge the nastiness of us, man.
Oz, you're up to 3 rants already, and you can follow us at Me4Marvel vs. DC. That's the number 4 on Twitter. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. You can also email us at me4marvelvsdc@go-defylife.com. I will also try to post a picture of the T-shirt. I'll probably post it to the Defy Life website. Or actually, I might be able to post it to Defy Life Pods as well. I'll figure out something to do. I'll definitely post it on Twitter with it. I'll post it on Facebook, Instagram, and all that, so everyone can see the shirt. And email us and leave us a comment. Tell us what you think about the shirt. Is it offensive? Do you think that Jordan Myles is kind of going into business for himself, as we like to say? Just give us your thoughts. Steph Blurdy, I know you've probably already tuned out, so I hope you come back. After we set the table, we were right into it, so hopefully you're back.
Steph Blurdy, come on back, man. We got some stuff for you. Hey, send us send us emails. Send us, if Regular Scott was more tech savvy, we could have some voicemails leave for that too. But
this is coming from the guy who retweets my polls that I put out on Twitter a day after they close.
Hey, I'll have you know on Twitter, I'm up to 7 followers, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Tell everyone where to follow you at. Okay? Tell everyone where to follow you at.
Follow me on Twitter. At Twitter.
Tell everyone where to follow you at.
Oh, man. Hold on. Let me look it up real quick. Hold on.
All right. While he's doing that, that's fine. While he's doing that, while we're on Twitter.
Hey, I got to find my glasses real quick. Wait, and then I'll get it.
All right, that's fine. While he's doing that, while we're talking about Twitter, before we get into our news tidbits, actually, this kind of is a news tidbit, so it works a little bit. I put out a Twitter poll. You guys know I love a good Twitter poll. And it has to do with the news that there is going to be a Green Lantern TV show for HBO Max.
I'm very proud of that.
That it should be cool. And I've also read that it will kind of focus on in space, and it's not going to specifically be an Earth type show. So it's going to be very intergalactic, I hear. So I put out a poll. And it said, with the new Green Lantern show coming to HBO Max, who do you want to see the most? The choices were Hal Jordan, Jon Stewart, Guy Gardner, or Kyle Rayner. And I also said, if you don't see your answer, leave a comment who. Before I get into the results of the poll, Oz, did you see the final results of the poll?
I did not, but if you can find me at Ozzy Real, that is capital OZZIE, capital REAL. And I did chime in on that too, who I would like to see. And if my first didn't win, I have my second who I like to win too. But go ahead.
Who do you think won? Go ahead, tell the audience.
Man, Jon Stewart blew it up.
Hal Jordan won the poll?
No.
Yes, he did.
By what?
Hal Jordan won with 42% of the vote. Jon Stewart came in second with 37% of the vote.
Man, I voted 3 times, dude. I can't believe that.
Third was Kyle Rayner, and fourth was Guy Gardner.
Dude, seriously, who wants to see Kyle Rayner or Guy Gardner?
Hey, you know what?
Like,
They have a pretty decent following. And you know
man,
they like to
I
do
saw
things
Guy
with, like,
Gardner on Brave and the Bold, and I was just like, I don't even want to see that dude anymore. He's just an angry white dude.
well, you know they want to see, the new thing is to kind of put the minorities or, like Batwoman, have a gay person as the lead, so that could work too.
Yeah, dude, he's an angry dude with a bold haircut, and when they created that character and his Michael Jackson-ish the Green Lantern jacket, I was like, okay, I'm over it, dude. I'm done.
Some of the comments that we got, our good friend JD, definitely, and check out the Books of Jericho if you haven't. JD
Absolutely.
said, I like Hal only because I think he makes for a good gateway character into the concept of the corpse, or to the core. John is the more interesting character, but he works better because he's Hal's replacement. And I also replied that I agree. Hal is a great way to start the show. And me personally, if I was doing it, I would add a different kind of core Green Lantern to follow each season. Introduce Jon Stewart at the end of this season, have him be your main character season 2, and just kind of do it like that. Maybe have Jessica Baz be season 3, or different guys, different people like that. But that's how I would do it.
I love all that, but I would personally, for me, I've always been inspired by is it called Emerald Knights? But there's a Green Lantern 4-parter story. And then there's also a really good, like the Green Lantern animated series that they had on Cartoon Network for a while. So to me, what will work best for them is just make a Green Lantern core story, where every episode you spotlight on a different Green Lantern from a different section, and then you can come back a couple episodes and come back to 2814 section 2814 for our Earth. But I would like to see a different episode where it's a different Green Lantern or a different history. That would be just nice and amazing to me.
Some of the other comments we had from James Stone at StoneJ666. Whew, that's a tough one right there. He put, where is the option for all the above? Which I kind of like as well. So.
Hey, 666, dude.
No, not the 666 thing. I was just talking about the poll.
Well, there's 667, neighbor of the beast. So,
how close are the neighbor and like what's a neighbor? You know what I mean? Like how close are we talking when we say a neighbor?
Man, when I was a little kid and I saw that as a sticker somewhere, instead of like member of the beast 666, I saw 667, neighbor of the beast, and I never stopped loving that joke ever.
Oh, you like that, huh?
That is pure. I'm sorry, regular Scott. I'm sorry. 667, neighbor of the beast. You're that dude who's like, man, he ain't cut his grass. I ain't gonna send him his grass, dude.
Another comment that I did enjoy was from Cameron Hawkins. He is a PW Torch contributor, wrestling guy, but he's a blurred, he's a black nerd out there. He said, I went with Jon Stewart because what the fuck else am I gonna say?
Yeah, I see, dude. Lines have been drawn.
But then he put in quotation marks, it's really Kilowog, but still.
Dude, it's really Chip. So that's what it really is.
Yeah, you did say Chip. That was Ozzy, the real
but,
Ozzy Killmonger.
But wouldn't you want to see an episode where you see how like the planet Green Lantern actually like deals with stuff?
I do, but I mean, yes, I do. But here's the problem. I want Jon Stewart. Like, just me personally, I want Jon Stewart. Like, I've been waiting, because he's the one I grew up with. He was the first one I was introduced to. Like, I've been waiting so long to get him on the screen. Like, I want him to be the focus. I want him to be. I mean, he can be in space and doing all that, but I want it to be about him.
Well, I mean, it can be, but I think it should be everybody else because he can still be a gateway drug because the untapped and untold story, which to me, like just because I probably haven't, there's probably been an awesome bunch of comics about it, but him and his love affair with the red Green Lantern, oh, not red, but she's a Green Lantern, but she's red, literally. And when she dies and how it affects him, like I would love to have that in the story, but you can still touch on the core while you introduce all that, you know?
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, so definitely appreciate everyone voting. Again, follow us on Twitter. I put out Twitter polls all the time. Leave your comments. I'll read your comments on air. Knee for Marvel vs. DC, the number 4. Let's get into some news tidbits. We've been rolling, man. That I knew that first little bit was going to get us going, and you definitely
right because you knew it was going to set me off. That's
yeah,
what you knew. That's why.
I did know it was going to set
no
you
one's stupid here. We have no dumb listeners. We have literally. I look at our listeners when I talk to you about them. We have the smartest listeners of any podcast, dude. Ain't nobody dumb here, dude. Ain't nobody stupid.
So I do want to, before we get into the news tidbits, and I'm going to have to cut some of them, but I do want to kind of touch on something that I was listening to today. I was kind of wanted to get your opinion. This is actually the first time I'm going to be telling you about this. There's a podcast by the Villains Demand. It's called the Crossover Collision, and they kind of take different characters from different genres, or not genres, but different like comic creators, and kind of battle them if they were to just get dropped off in an alleyway, no prep time, and just kind of going at it, and they don't know anything about the other person, and how would they do, and they break it down by like who's the strongest, who's got the best durability, the best weaponry, the best all this and different stuff. And the last one I listened to was Dick Grayson, Nightwing, versus Judge Dredd.
I am the law.
And you know what? I didn't know until this show, or until I listened to this show, how lethal the judges were.
Oh, they're terrible.
Like they're problems. Like
they're judge, jury, executioner. That was their whole purpose.
And I think it was the I can't remember what the name of the gun was called, like the Lawmaker.
Oh yeah,
and
or Peacemaker or whatever.
I think
Lawmaker.
It's something law. I think it's the Lawmaker or something law. I could be wrong about that. You are the comic connoisseur, so I would definitely take your opinion over mine with that. But well, not opinion, but what you think it is. But
no.
And it can change like what kind of bullet it's shooting on command. Like there's a ricochet bullet, there's a heat-seeking bullet, and he's got his eye. Like that's a really good podcast as far as you learn so much. Like
the Lawgiver, dude.
The Lawgiver. There it is. The Lawgiver.
And it's a voice-activated machine pistol that serves as a standard. Not exceptional, but the standard sidearm issued weapon to the judges.
Right. And like they broke all that down, and like they were even like they were giving Dick Grayson like his props. Like they were like, he is one of the fastest hand-to-hand guys. As far as fighting, close combat. He's quick. He's got the acrobatics that'll help him move around. But how do you wear somebody down? They compared a judge to a mixture, if they were comparing him to a Bat family, a mixture of Deathstroke and Bane.
Well, and also they come with their own body armor too.
Yes, yeah. He talked about all that, like that he can kind of walk through fire because he's got the armor and stuff, and he's got tech in his helmet. Like it's a really good show. I would definitely recommend that to anybody. The Crossover Collision. It's on iTunes and
That's
Spotify.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a really good show. We might have to have them on for a Battleground.
We should, dude. That'd be great, dude. But let's have some time. Like, let's see, because that's legit. That's real.
Oh,
yeah.
Hey, Oz, let me tell you, because it's gonna be you. I'm gonna have you battle them because you're the comic connoisseur.
Yeah.
And if I'm telling you, if we get this set up, like you better do your homework.
I mean, I'm literally Batman. I do my homework. Now listen, I'll get my ass kicked by Deathstroke, but I will have my homework done.
True that. No, definitely check those guys out, man. And they're very they've always been cool with the show as far as like on Twitter and stuff. So I definitely don't mind giving them a little plug because they put out a really good show. I'm really glad they caught my eye when they put out Dick Grayson because that's my guy.
Well, no, and not trying to be a jerk. Then Dick Grayson would definitely get his hits in, and get a couple shots in. But man,
Well, I think the way they put it kind of sums it up. Like even if Dick Grayson, because he probably would be beating him hand to hand, just because he's used to fighting kind of meta humans like that.
Yeah.
He just wouldn't be able to wear him down enough, and it's almost like he's only gonna be able to take about 2 or 3 good hits from Dredd because of how strong he is. You know what I mean? Like,
well, and also that weapon there is just, that's it.
Oh, it's a really good it's a really good listen. Like it's a roll of the dice where they end up fighting. Like they ended up fighting on like a ship, and then they like a alleyway. A warehouse. It's really cool, man. I want you to check it out and kind of give me your thoughts on it. They have different.
Oh yeah, I
matchups and stuff,
will.
It's really cool. All right, let me. All right, I'm done plugging stuff. I done plugged my wrestling show. We done plugged the Collision crossover. We need to focus on our show.
Thank you for once.
Okay. All right, let's get into some news tidbits. Where should I start? Let's stay in the DC universe, shall we? Tony Isabella, I don't know if you've heard this, Oz, has said that Batman is one of the worst characters right now and is a toxic character because everything in DC has to revolve around him.
And he's right.
He is the creator of Black Lightning, by the way.
Just because he did that bad thing doesn't mean that he's not right about Batman. No, he's right, man. Look, you know what? And people can try and if people say it's the Trinity that makes DC toxic, they're not being true to themselves because Wonder Woman hasn't been a force for anything for a while.
She's kind of had a little bit of a come up in these last
when her movie came out, it was like, oh my god, it's amazing. Now she's going to have an animated that's coming out pretty soon. Mm-hmm. And Wonder Woman like 1984 or whatever's coming out or whatever. But dude, Batman and Superman make DC. It's hard to navigate around that, dude, because everything's like either it's a money grab now. You got Pennyworth. You got all this stuff happening. You got Batwoman. It's all this stuff when they need to chill and like reinforce the DC universe, and not just these megastars, What I loved about there's this comic that just came out called Deceased. It's their spin on if the zombies destroy the Marvel Universe, and it's their spin on the zombie thing. It's the anti-life equation. I love it because they take out Batman and Superman and one of them quick as fuck, dude. And they're like, here, the world is yours, kids. So.
Okay. I just wanted to get your thoughts on that. I was very curious about that.
Well, what do you think about that?
I think as much as I agree with it, I genuinely believe there is too big of a hole without a Batman right now. Like
why? There's so many DC people that you can focus around. There's so much stuff.
Yeah, but there's like people want Batman. Like I get it, there is, and he's not like my favorite character. Like that. Like he's not my favorite character or anything, but people want Batman.
Well, it's a sign of people wanting to see that dude in themselves when there's so many other characters that they can like kind of see in themselves. The sad shit is that CW produced all these shows, but then they had CWC where they were going to be like, oh my god, we're going to do these avant-garde kind of shows where they had like Freedom Fighters was one of them. The Ray was one of them. They did all this animated stuff. Vixen. Then they just stopped doing stuff, dude. I'm like, why would you do that?
But see, the thing is, though, what separates Batman from every other mortal superhero, at least to me, at least in my opinion, is this guy genuinely, like, there's something to the fact that he is, like, he stands among gods and the gods fear him. Like, there's something to that as far as, like, I don't know if it's an appreciation, if it's a, like you said, like we kind of want to see that in ourselves, but there's something to a character like that where you're like, what would, like, even if he was gone and we have these big storylines that happen, I guarantee people would be saying, what would Batman do? You know, like, what would Batman be doing in this situation? And people would be asking, like, if we introduce new characters, people are going to want to see, like, what would he do if he met Batman? Or what would she do if she met Batman? Like, he would be brought up still. Like, you know what I mean?
That's fine. No, all that's fine. You can still have his overwhelming shadow. But the problem is that, like, DC has spent less money, DC, Warner Brothers, whatever, has spent less money, less effort in, like, cultivating all of their rich history and roster of people, even Superman too, of cultivating these people, and they just spent, and they just were like, oh my God, Batman works because it's just because of basic psychology and you know, like, we want to be Bruce Wayne, male or female. We want to be Bruce Wayne. We want to be rich. We want to be like Bruce Wayne is the iconic image of what we want to be when we have control of our money and our body.
He's the pinnacle.
Yeah, you know,
of a human, he's the pinnacle.
As is Captain America. But Marvel has said, but here are these other folks too that you can sprinkle around too. But see, the problem is that, again, Warner Brothers is the problem because they're like, Batman makes money. And they keep doing all this shit, dude. Like, man, they could have did Orpheus as a animated or a live action TV show, which is a kind of spin on Batman. But anyway, like, go on, move on. Sorry.
No, I mean, I think, because I think the way you worded it is perfect. Like, there would be a huge shadow, and I think his shadow is too big right now to be filled by anybody. And that's, that's just my opinion.
But don't feel it. Let his shadow go, but shine light on the shadow with other people. That's all you got to do. Look at Titans. Bruce Wayne Batman looms over Titans, but they build strong stories around stuff, dude. Like here, the classic thing is you're like, oh my God, oh shit, man, Batman, Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne are gonna meet. We're gonna see both those guys because of Connor and all this stuff. We got Tim, Connor, and Dick. We're gonna see
Damian,
Superman.
No Tim.
We have. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. We have Jason.
Yeah, look, you got me messing up too. Yeah, Jason.
I know. Yeah. I was like, wait. I can mess. I can mess up. You can mess up, but we both can't mess up.
Yeah, we both can't mess up on the same one.
Look, we got Jason. We got Dick. You know, and so you're like, oh, you're hoping, and Connor, you're hoping, but Garth called Bruce Wayne when he woke up. Bruce Wayne didn't pick up the phone, so it's like, word, cool. So you can still have the shadow, but still build your stuff around stuff, dude.
Yeah, but see that you are right. Like, you're definitely not wrong, but that shadow is different because we know Batman is not going to be an integral part of the TV show. In the comics, because you know how comics works, you know it's only a matter of time before Batman comes back.
Right, dude. But you don't have to do that. All I'm saying is, if we have the capacity to split an atom to make a very powerful weapon, we have the capacity to have writers do stuff that doesn't necessarily pertain to Batman. I'm gonna tell you like this, dude. And maybe it comes full circle with the T-shirt. There are so many scripts that are floating around there, I'm sure, that have amazing stories, but then they go through all these gatekeepers, and all these gatekeepers have teeth, and they start chewing and chopping stuff up. It's just like the T-shirt thing. There's no way that T-shirt did not go through a lot of gatekeepers for a $1 billion company and said, let's do it and see what happens. So.
Oh, wow. You brought that full circle, huh? No,
I did.
No, but I'm not giving them like an excuse when I say that they were like ignorant as far as not knowing. Like, there's absolutely no reason that shirt should have got that far. But I am saying, as far as just purely on the creation of the shirt, that's where I think it was some young kid who genuinely.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying, for sure. But then after the process, when it's been delivered, that's when it's like, oh, let's look at that.
No, absolutely.
Put the hands in this to make a statement. Yeah.
Absolutely. No, I agree 100% with that. Absolutely. All right, I'm gonna cut some of the news because.
Why, dude? We let the people? Why do you cut the news? Let the people hear the news, man. I'm being too militant today. Let the people hear the news.
Well, I know, because I know we have very strong thoughts and opinions on some of these CW shows, and we got to talk Titans. We got a lot to discuss.
Okay.
And look, and Yosh has been very, he's been getting on us about our length of our podcast here lately. Shout out Yosh.
Yeah, because saying they're too long, right?
Yeah, because of you.
No, they're too long because I've been telling you for a while, dude. Talking about something. Hey, you. I feel like we could have a 4-hour long podcast. So I'm like, what, dude? What, dude? Man,
I ain't never said no 4-hour podcast. Get out of here.
Yo, I got a lot to say, man. How you feel about a 4-hour long podcast from 3 a.m. till 7 a.m.?
I never said nothing about a 4 hour. Nobody wants to hear us talk for 4 hours. So listen, all right, I'll go into a couple more news tidbits.
Okay.
Let's get into some Marvel side. We got a couple sequels that have been announced. I'll go over both sequels, and then I'll get your thoughts on them. Ant-Man 3 has been approved, and that will be coming out, as well as a Into the Spider-Verse sequel.
I know.
The Ant-Man 3, I heard, is rumored to introduce the next phase's Avengers.
Huh.
Does that mean we get Cassie Lang?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Though it might be time to get the daughter, since she's aged.
Yes. Are you excited for Into the Spider-Verse 2 and Ant-Man 3?
Yes and no. Yes, Into the Spider-Verse 2, Ant-Man 3. Well, actually, yes. I'm excited to see. I'm excited for Ant-Man 3 if they actually introduce like some kind of young Avengers kind of thing happening.
Is Ant-Man 3 the most surprising movie sequel of all time?
No, because Ant-Man 1 and 2 made money, so of course they're going to do that. So.
But did you genuinely think we would get an Ant-Man trilogy?
I don't know, man. Paul Rudd is on his like swing thing, man.
Yeah, Paul Rudd is that guy. He's a pretty big.
Yeah,
guy.
he's been percolating, hovering around the surface in the stratosphere for a bit. Now I feel like he's like kind of doing his thing now.
Percolating.
So, well, he's always been around.
Right.
This, but now like he's like kind of getting his like doo-doo.
He's doing his thing right now.
Doing his thing, as people say.
No question. No. And Into the Spider-Verse 2, are you excited about that?
Totally, for sure.
Good. There is another rumor. I love a good rumor. That, hold on, let me find it. There it is. There is another rumor that Luke Cage will be returning to the MCU, but will likely be recast.
Good. Let's see what they do, because they can make Luke Cage a lot more like,
This same rumor also states that Charlie Cox will probably be reprising his role as Daredevil in a sort of season 4/Daredevil reboot.
What does that mean?
So the way they worded it was kind of the way Suicide Squad is a sequel, but it's really kind of a soft reboot as well?
Well, okay. See, the good luck on rebooting whatever. Well, I guess because
I guess because they never fully connected the Netflix shows to the actual MCU. So I think maybe the next Daredevil show will fully be integrated into. You know what I mean?
Oh no! That all sounds good. I look forward to as long as they recast Iron Fist. I'm good.
I'm gonna tell you what, and we've talked about this on this show actually a few times. They can literally do whatever they want especially with this Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness movie coming out in Scarlet Witch. Like they can literally do whatever they want, and it makes sense because of that movie, or at least there's a reason for it.
Well, maybe it might be a good time for them to actually do Iron Fist and Power Man and Iron Fist like team up, like TV show, even 4-parter, which would be good.
That would be dope. Like that would be a perfect way to kind of utilize them too, because I don't think either of them are strong enough to carry.
No, they're not, and no origin story. Save it for later. Just have them come in, talking to Daredevil on some stuff, and So yeah.
So let's kind of play with that a little bit. If we were to do that, would you put Jessica Jones in that show as well?
I mean, Jessica Jones has always been this. I would modernize it and put just to establish so you can get a full scope of what the next generation of the MCU looks like. Put Jessica Jones, Luke Cage in a relationship. But Luke Cage and Danny have their business together. Jessica Jones is doing her thing still, and they already have a kid, a little baby. So stakes are high.
Oh wow! You want this to already be established?
Oh, I want it already in, dude. Just like fuck the middleman. Just go ahead and do the thing, dude. Like put them all in, and then you could do your little classic thing where you're wondering if the baby has any powers, and no one says anything for like a couple years,
True that.
Yeah, you literally have them two like showing that they're superhumans. Like they're a couple trying to get through their grind, but they're super strong, but they're still doing their thing.
Okay. All right, that's all I got for the news tidbits.
I love it.
Great. Do you want to play? Well, I have a little spin on the one's gotta go. It's not really a one's gotta go. I'm only going to let you pick one. But we'll do that when we come back from our break. And again, Yosh, I'm so sorry. I do not have the list in front of me, so I'm probably playing the wrong commercial.
Oh, you're horrible, dude.
I'm sorry. Yosh, email me. Please email me.
No, you email Yosh, dude. Why is that Yosh? Don't have Yosh reach out to you. You reach out to Yosh because you're messing up. You fix the problem. Hey, Yosh, I'm messing up. Fix the problem for me, dude. Fix it.
Oz is going to continue chewing me out while we go to a commercial. We'll be right back.
What's happening, world? Enjoy listening to podcasts? Check out the Defy Life Podcast Network for a vast array of podcast content. Whether you love sports, relationships, comedy, current events, comics, or just casual banter, the Defy Life Podcast Network has something for you. Also, if you're thinking of starting your own podcast, already have one that needs more exposure, feel free to contact us, the Defy Life Podcast Network, on godefylife.com and everywhere your favorite podcasts are available.
And we are back. Make sure you are checking out the Defy Life Podcast Network. We definitely have a website now because there are definitely podcasts on there that you should be checking out. Ours should be top of the list. Then we also have the Defy Life Podcast, the flagship. Anything, Everything, Nothing. With the Battleground champion, Lynn and Kim. We also have the coaches with Coach Kurtz, Coach English. We also have Fantasy Beast with Money and Pooh. And then we also have, Oz, have you heard that Money and West Coast J are going to be starting their own show?
I have heard that. I'm excited about that too.
Yes, that should be awesome as well. You can find all of that at the Defy Life Podcast Network. Okay. So usually we play One's Gotta Go. I got a little fix. We were talking about, and I just thought of this right now while we were talking. We were talking about how Batman kind of needs a break. That was one of the news tidbits I brought up, and you kind of agree with it, like, let that shadow kind of loom over. Let's move on from Batman for a little bit. So I thought of 4 people. Out of these 4, who would you have protect Gotham in Batman's place? Now, I intentionally didn't pick anybody directly related to the Bat family. Okay, so no Robins, no Nightwings, no Cassandra Cains, Kate Cains, none of them. Okay? Your 4 choices are Mr. Terrific, Green Arrow, Black Canary, Bronze Tiger.
I always thought that Bronze Tiger would have more of a connection to Gotham than anybody else. Green Arrow would just figure like it was like another city for him. But yeah, I would like to see the Bronze Tiger, his spin on protecting Gotham. I think Mr. Terrific, sorry, would have a very scientific approach to protecting it and dealing with their villains too.
Yeah, I think that's when I was thinking of the question, that was kind of one of the things, is how would these characters interact with the villains? And we've seen some of them interact with certain villains, but just kind of in Gotham, in their element, whatnot, and different things like that. It'd be very interesting to hear how, not here, but just to see how they would interact with them. And whatnot.
Honestly, I feel like Green Arrow will be overwhelmed with Gotham's villains.
Well, my pick is actually Black Canary.
I was thinking about her too. I think she would have a very different spin on the villains and a different approach to them too, and make different alliances too. I think. Yeah,
no, I do too. I think she would. I think she has kind of got that grit to kind of thrive in a Gotham environment. I'd almost be worried that she would almost kind of enjoy being in Gotham, because she could get away with pummeling cats, and I could see her kind of getting a little bit even. I mean, she's kind of edgy as it is, but even getting a little bit more edgy is just kind of with her anger and whatnot. And she's already got some power. She's a nasty hand-to-hand fighter. Like I think she'd thrive in Gotham.
I feel like they should do. And not give the throne to Dick, because Dick and make say, hey Dick, you have to deal with Bloodhaven, as Bruce wanted, or even put Dick in the Batman's suit or something. But what needs to happen is Batman needs to go away, Bruce needs to go away for a little bit, like for a little long bit, and then it's like Black Canary, and then all the allies, not the Bat family allies, but all the allies, make it like a trio of like Black Canary, Bronze Tiger, and Green Arrow fighting Gotham's criminals. Because like that Green Arrow premiere had me thinking about a lot of stuff.
You know what? I would swap out Green Arrow for Mr. Terrific. Keep Bronze Tiger and Black Canary, but give me Mr. Terrific. That way I kind of have. I need a super detective there too.
Scientific, yeah.
Yeah. I need a detective there too. So I like that, those 3 as a kind of a little unit, because Bronze and Black Canary. I mean, Mr. Terrific's no slouch, but those 2 would definitely be a problem for anybody going up hand to hand with them.
Oh, absolutely, man. Come on.
I like that. I think that would be a pretty cool mishmash of people. Like that, I like that a lot. That'd be pretty.
Yeah, cool. Have them maybe for some reason all the Bat family's gone for some reason, and have them protecting Gotham for while we try and figure out where the Bat family's gone.
Well, in the comics right now, Dick Grayson's with the Court of Owls. He's now Talent, so you could say he's gone. Have Batman and Damian go off.
Why is he there? Another reason to try and figure out what to do with Dick Grayson.
Well, he's not even Dick Grayson. They've been calling him Rick Grayson for all of 2019. I haven't even I'm just gonna wait for this little phase to end. I don't mind him being Talent. Like, I don't mind that particular move. I just wish it didn't come at the I wish we didn't have. I didn't like the journey to get to him being talented. Like I don't, because especially with the way Court of Owls was in the Batman run, like I like how Dick Grayson kind of was a central part of that. So I like that there's some continuity there, but
yeah,
it's just the story to get him to being talented. I just kind of convoluted. I mean, he had to get shot in the head by KG Beast.
Yeah, and Batman went all around like broke KG Beast's neck and I
mean, like you had, and then he forgot his memory, and now he called himself Rick. All this. Like, I'm cool with him being talented. Like I think that is interesting because I think he would give Batman the most, not trouble, but I think Batman would have a harder time going as hard at him than anybody else. If that makes sense.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but I'm kind of getting kind of tired of like me personally, and maybe like and like another week I'll feel differently. Like, but I'm a little tired of like all of Batman's like pupils have turned against him. It's just like, come on, man. At some point, it's just like, come on.
It's a tried and true storybook type thing. Every type of mentor protege goes through it at some point, in some fashion.
Yeah, but like to have Dick, people, he's done it several times where he was just like, screw you, I'm leaving. I'm going to the Titans. I'm going to form them. I'm not doing your Batman thing anymore. I'm going to become Nightwing. I'm going to Bloodhaven. Now I'm a Secret Service agent to help you.
That was Batman's idea.
Well, I'm going to get shot in the head, and you just be like, dude, let that dude be Batman and still have Batman Inc. where Bruce Wayne is still suits up when he wants to. Just let it happen, dude. Let it happen. People just
true that. All right. Well, I like your answer to that question. I think that's an interesting question. If it were to happen, I think you have a great comic book idea right there. I think comic wise, those three could have a lot of chemistry, and I think they would thrive.
Dude, it would just be cool, and you would have your tech dude dealing with the tech criminals. You have Black Canary, like her interaction with Poison Ivy, like would be amazing. And then you would have like Bronze Tiger just dealing with the people that like need to be put down.
Well, go ahead.
No, because Bruce Wayne, like Batman's always said, I would never ever be able to beat Deathstroke, but it'd be cool to see all three of them go after Deathstroke and how they approach him, and how Deathstroke approaches them.
Them, and then just seeing like what they would do if like a Lady Shiva showed up. You know what I mean? Like that would add up because that would add a whole nother element to that little fight as well, because it would take both of them to match up to Lady Shiva.
Oh yeah,
so. No, that's cool. I like that. All right, let's get into some of the highs and lows of the DC TV. Let's start
more lows.
Let's start at the bottom and work our way up.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
So I asked Uncle Oz to watch Batwoman, the season premiere, and I also watched it. I personally was pretty excited about it. I really liked what I've seen.
Looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, I liked what I've seen from Ruby Rose in her movies that she's been in. The Triple X movie, I thought she was fine. She was pretty good. She does action really well. She was good in John Wick. She did good in the crossover last year. She wasn't asked to do a lot, but she was fine. So I was excited. I mean, you shouldn't really be able to mess this up. This should be pretty simple. Just give me what I want. Let's keep it moving. I was a bit disappointed. Oz, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I was disappointed, but then I was like, of course this is what they're going to do. Man, only because you asked me to do it, Redwood Scott. After the first 5 minutes when I saw why her motivation for her anger was, I was like, I'm over it. I'm out. But I kept watching, and then as I went closer into the story, I definitely decided that I was not going to watch any more of this show. and you know what, and maybe I should watch number 3, but man, it was every. Can I give an honest review?
I don't know what other kind of review you would give.
Well, I mean, okay. So just to give an honest, total review of it, Ruby Rose is awesome. I loved her in John Wick. It was every contrived storyline you ever want to hear. She never felt accepted. Wait. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm confused by my storyline. Wait. Here goes. She's never accepted by her father. Wait, hold on. No, wait. She lost her mother in a car accident. Wait. She's mad at Batman. So she's conflicted by all these emotions. And she's also like in an all girl, like in a preparatory boarding school where she's fallen in love with a girl who her father wants to see it, who loves this girl more than her. So I'm just like, dude, you wrapped up this big fat plot burrito. Yeah, you went Chipotle on this thing, dude. It was so weird. Even the poses when she comes down through a window and the villains, like, hey, I want to establish that I'm crazier than any other crazy villain you ever seen. But actually, I turn into the most contrived villain that you've ever seen too. I came out of this going like this. So you're new to town. You're the only person you're the only woman who stands out with short hair who is new to town, and your father is the owner of this like $1 billion heir to the Wayne tech industry to protect Gotham. So you're standing out already. And you already you snooped into this place where they know that you know how to fight. You put on this Batwoman suit. Every criminal knows who you are now. And any officer does too. It was just so, I was like, where are you going with this? They had Black Man Luke be like the poop putt of it all. He's supposed to be protecting the Batcave and all of the secrets, and he's taken out by her. After she went spelunking and scaling a wall of this huge building with no gear on and stuff. I was done, dude. I was like, yo, man, y'all went there, CW. Okay, cool. So I'm sorry. It was a rant, but that needs to be rant. That needs to have a rant because that was crazy. Not to mention her being trapped underwater and frozen in a frozen lake, and she survives it. Every stereotype. Man, you got a Native American who's going to teach you the ways. You got a black man who is subordinate under you, but he's really smart, so you know that he's cool. I'm done, dude. I was out, man. I was out. Sick of it. I'm sorry.
Word.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I know. I'm trying to get my rants better, but that was bad.
You're up to number 5 on this episode, so.
But man, dude. You tell me how you feel about that, dude. Everything.
Oh, I can keep how I felt under 20 words.
Well, tell me how you felt about Batwoman, dude.
Very disappointing. Real disappointing.
It was like every plot line they threw in there was just like.
It wasn't very good. And my main thought was, I wonder if this is what people think when they watch Arrow.
Dude, they have to, dude. Look, man. Batwoman right now, unless they change some stuff for 2, 3 into the end of the season, I hope it goes to season 2. Batwoman right now is what people, I feel, think about Arrow, what they think about like woke culture, quote unquote, like what they think about.
No, I think that's wrong.
I do, man. Just like because like I feel like people are like, oh, you had to put every stereotype in here.
No, but Batwoman's an exception. Like, I don't think that's what people think of.
Dude,
Batwoman's really bad. Like I don't think people think of woke
okay,
culture
that's
as
fine.
being that
That's fine.
bad.
People don't have to, but you have to understand that from where I'm coming from, where me, like, dude, I'm literally a history major. Okay, so and my focus is on like civil disobedience in the vein of Walt Whitman, like, you know, resistance to a civil government, that kind of thing. Dude, you got a Native American who is teaching this white woman how to be stronger and in these mystical ways. You got a subservient black man in this thing. Her father is married to an Asian woman. It's everything. I swear there. I just did not see. It had every contrived piece of garbage in there, dude. You know, it was to me it was just over the top. It was over the top, very bad. This dude, she found the Batcave, and within 2 hours of losing her like love, got this dude to modify the Batman suit to fit her, and she went out trooping and knew how to use everything. It was garbage, dude. It was garbage.
I was just making sure you got it all out because last time I tried to go, you had another one in you. So
I'm done, dude. I'm done.
All right, let's move on to The Flash. What did you think of The Flash?
I didn't watch it. No, I'm kidding. I watched it. It was great. Hey, man, look, dude. These guys are like, yo, what else is there for us to talk about?
It was great.
I as in like. I'm being sarcastic, as in like, dude, there's nothing left for them to do. They're like going, oh my God. I feel like I watched The Flash, and I'm not trying to be a hater of The Flash, because I had Flash when I first watched season 1 and 2. I was like, yes, this is crazy. This is awesome. I feel like The Flash was like The Walking Dead, where they're just like, it's like going home to bake the donuts, dude. They're just like, here's your plot line, whatever. They get the dude from Heroes to be in this thing. What does it mean for Killer Frost to be able to be like, I want to live? What are you gonna do? Hey, I want to go to the desert. Okay, go, Killer Frost. Be her. There's so much silliness, dude. So much silliness, man. I
disagree with you on The Flash. The Flash, I thought was pretty good. Definitely not up to season 1 and 2 par, but it was pretty good. I enjoy that the stakes have been raised. There's a reason for them to make the decisions they make. What's the worst reason? Because Barry's gonna die.
Yeah, right. Because for a plot twist, they decide to move the timeline up. Like to 1999 to 2019, dude. Come on, man.
But there's no. But that happened in the crossover. Like that's because the Monitor is manipulating Barry. Because Oliver and Barry don't know that the Monitor is talking to both of them, telling them that each of them is the only way they survive. That's the whole point of it.
Yeah, I know. It's clever that. Just hedges his bets. Ooh. But dude, look, the only thing I got out of that season 8, number 1, is just that it was a good exercise in making sure you handle grief properly. But other than that, dude, it was just like, come on, man. Like, they're still rocking fedora hats and
who rocked a fedora hat?
Dude, the opening scene when they're at their family having the family picnic, Iris and Joe are rocking fedora hats.
The family picnic? What family picnic?
When they are having the picnic where
picnic?
it is where Joe's wife or woman is saying, "Oh, dinner's ready, food's ready."
Okay. All right, the cookout.
The cookout picnic. Thank you.
Okay, well, a picnic is very different from a cookout.
Sorry, I got lost in my words. When they had the cookout, they are both rocking fedoras, dude.
All right.
And I'm just going, oh yeah,
be.
dude, come on, man.
That might be true. Shout out to Iris West.
Yo, shout out to Iris West. Shout out to Joe's wife who can bench press her own weight.
Iris West was probably the worst part of the show.
Well, I mean,
she was
I like
absolutely awful. She was absolutely awful. The decision she made, no. Absolutely not.
I get sentimental, dude. I appreciate her and what she is doing with her grief and stuff, dude. So I'm gonna give her a pass on this one episode.
Nah, I'm not. I've been watching it. I've been cool with Iris the last year. I ain't rocking with her this year.
Nah, I mean, I get it, dude, but man, why your boy Cisco had to go give up his powers? Like, you give him your powers for what?
Well, that's what he wanted. He wanted a normal life with his girl. Let that man live.
I'm waiting for season 9 when Joe. Season 9, I'm gonna be the biggest spoiler alert. If the Flash goes into season 9, Joe will turn evil. I'm saying it.
No, Joe won't turn evil. But I do think that instead of the Grant Gustin Barry Allen, it'll be the Barry Allen from a different Earth that dies.
Oh, man. Oh, please. Dude. As soon as he said the Flash or you must die, I was like, I'm snoozing because that just means that a Flash, so like his father, the Flash, will die.
His father's not the Flash.
His father, who in the old school TV show played the Flash. That dude.
His father played the Flash? No.
I'm sorry. Let me make crystal clear sense. So in the current Flash TV show, because I don't know their names, the dude the guy who's Barry Allen's father, who also played the Flash in the original Flash TV show, he's going to play the Flash again. I think he's the guy. He'll die again. He'll die.
Well, he already is the Flash.
He's going to die.
He's already dead.
He will die again. That's what I'm saying.
How is he going to die again? How do you die again?
Dude, trust me. A speedster Flash will be dying. It will not be that Barry dying.
Well, I just Oz, why are you telling me that when I just told you that?
That's what I just said too. We agree on the same thing, man.
Okay, so why do you need to repeat what I just said back to me?
Hey man, hey! I was just reiterating, dude. You getting a little feisty, man.
Well, I'm just saying, man. You over here repeating what I just said right back to me.
Relax. Have a Cosmo, dude. Have an Apple Teeny.
So what did you think? So what are your thoughts on Arrow? All I heard was you say was they gave you a episode about grief. What are your thoughts on the season?
The Flash was a good episode on grief.
Okay, so you said season 8 won, and then you went into your thing about grief.
Right? Isn't the Flash at season 8?
No,
it's at season 6.
Yeah.
Sorry, season 6 won. Sorry, my apologies.
No problem. Arrow is season 8 won.
Yeah, season 8 won for Arrow. I watched that, and I came out of that with a couple things, which one of my biggest problems with Arrow has always been this: is it Diggle or Diggler?
Diggle.
So Diggle, right? Diggle.
Mm-hmm.
He says we're brothers. I got your back. You're my bro. You're my homie. You're my ace deuce for life. Oliver doesn't treat him the same way. Oliver doesn't treat him with the same amount of respect that a brother does. He just says, "I don't want to see you die, so I do this." This dude does a bunch of bullshit, but he says that he's doing it to protect people. But it's this bullshit that he does. And I hate the fact that this guy is seen as Diggle dude is awesome, man. I like to see him actually do some real shit for once. I came out of that show going like this. I would love to see a spinoff with the future Flash Corps, with the future Green Arrow guys. You know what I mean?
Really?
I want to see what they have to offer, but I'm gonna tell you like this, man. That the Green Arrow character Connor is strong. He don't need to have the little blonde girl be on that bullshit like, oh, I can see where your plan didn't work, so you were to follow mine. I was like, man, oh, fuck you, dude. Your plan sucks too.
Well, there is going to be a spinoff with her and the Canaries in the future.
Oh, but they ain't gonna have Connor in there.
No, Connor. It'll be that whole. It'll be their whole team.
All right, good. Yeah, but she don't need to be the leader, dude. Because I'm so sick of these little cowboys. Like she's just like, something's amiss. I'm gonna go on my own. I was like, can you stick with the plan?
I think the future is the absolute worst part of Arrow.
Oh well, it's always stupid, dude. Now tell me, who is Connor and who is he? He's Diggler's son.
He's the Bronze Tiger's son, who Diggle ends up adopting.
And then who is Deathstroke? That one dude with the Deathstroke mask on. He said he's my brother.
That's his brother, but he's not. They're not like related to Deathstroke. They're just kind of like, I guess his idea and his identity lived on.
Okay.
Because Jericho became Deathstroke for a while.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So Diggler adopts a boy, and that boy grows up to be the next Arrow.
Well, no, the girl is the Arrow. The girl is going to end up being the Green Arrow, his daughter.
Did we see her?
That's the blonde.
That's Diggler's daughter?
No, that's Oliver's daughter.
Okay, that's what I'm saying, man. So who's Connor, dude?
Connor is Diggle's adopted son, but he's Bronze Tiger's son.
Okay, but Diggle raises him, and he is an Arrow dude too. He fires. Yeah. He shoots arrows. Right. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I don't know if he shoots arrows. I don't know about that. I don't know if Diggle taught him how to shoot arrows.
What did Diggle teach him? He just shoots him fires guns?
Probably. He probably just taught him how to fight. I mean, Diggle can go hand to hand, though.
I know, man. But see, dude, and so the blonde is a product of Oliver and Felicity. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Man, totally discounting Oliver and Black Canary in that.
I mean, it didn't. Well, that's because Laurel's dead.
So stupid,
that's
dude. It's terrible.
She died 4 seasons ago.
I know. It's just horrible. And the other thing I didn't like about Green Arrow is also that, it is such a ripoff. Just their storyline and the revenge is such a ripoff of Batman, dude. It's such a even when Green Arrow was created to be a ripoff of Batman, but it makes it even more blatant. I'm like, oh god. But yeah, I get it. It's cool. But I see why people like it because there's some great choreographed fight scenes in it too.
The fight scenes get better. I think this. I like that this season has stakes raised. I feel like this is This has kind of been I think with 10 episodes, you won't get as much fluff. Everything's going to count. Things are going to mean stuff. I know you haven't watched all 4 episodes. I have, and they've kind of, each episode is almost like hit a season. Episode 1 kind of focused on a lot of things from season 1. Episode 2 kind of focused on a lot of things from season 2. Episode 3, same thing. Like the League of Shadows was episode 3. Talia al Ghul, all that. because that was in season 3. So it all fits really well, which is really cool. Deathstroke, or at least the Deathstroke gang, played a big part in episode 2, season 2. Diggle's wife. Have you seen Diggle's wife?
Yes.
She is the Harbinger. He doesn't know it yet, though.
Oh God!
And we just found out this season because she's working with the and then there's a guy on the Flash who's looking for the Monitor.
Well, okay, all right, okay.
I that's why I said I've enjoyed Flash and Arrow just because they're almost kind of not, you don't have to watch it, but you almost they have a lot of little things they've been throwing in the episodes that are kind of building. I haven't watched Supergirl, and I'm not going to. I haven't watched Black Lightning, and I'm not going to. And I'm not going to watch Legends of Tomorrow.
I might actually watch all 3 of those just to kind of put them in there,
I won't. I'll watch it for the crossover, but I'm not watching Supergirl. Though I do think she's pretty attractive with the bangs.
Good Lord. But the crossover is going to be great, dude. It's going to have everybody's faves in it. It's going to be amazing.
Crossover is going to be awesome. Okay, so overall, let's go through the shows you watched and let's rank them, Oz. Our ranking scale, we got the tippy top, which is the Iris West. Then we also have, we'll probably say Iris West is like a 7 to a 10. Then we have the MGK. Solid 6. After the MGK, then we have ourselves the Jar Jar Binks. Self-explanatory. After the Jar Jar Binks at the bottom, we have Jimmy Olsen, Supergirl's Jimmy Olsen, the Guardian.
Amen.
Oz, where are we going with Batwoman?
Oh, we start off there. I am so sorry, everybody. I will watch some more episodes to see if anything changes. But right now, when I watched it, blame it on the IPAs. I don't know. That's some Jar Jar Binks stuff right there, man.
I'm also going to give it a Jar Jar Binks, but this Jar Jar Binks has Darth Maul's lightsaber.
What does that mean? This Jar Jar Binks has Captain Kirk's phaser. What?
No. I'll do you one better, Oz. This Jar Jar Binks has the judge's lawmaker.
The lawgiver.
The lawgiver. That means it was bad, but I have to think it's gonna get better, right?
No. I want to, man. I want to. Like I said, I'm gonna fill all in, but man, God, this every plot line, everything was just weird. I was like, what was?
I know CW, they're not going to be great, but once I saw them make her have Batman flying, that dude just started flying out of nowhere. I was like, all right, guys.
Oh God, dude,
right.
Yeah, that was bad, dude.
This dude just how did she just start flying?
Mommy, look, it's Batman. Wait, where's she going?
Was that Superman?
She put her freaking batarang her bat rope to the moon and just started moving. I was like, gosh, she's on the telescope. She's on this. She hooked herself to a satellite and is just moving.
And you know what,
like, man?
You know what? And then she had the nerve to say, she said, we need to fix the suit. And Luke's like, what do you mean? The suit's perfect. And she's like, it will be when it fits a woman. What does it fitting a woman have to do with the suit being perfect?
Yeah, dude.
How is that going to make the suit more perfect because it fits a woman?
And I'm going to say something that's not very popular, and it's going to be I'm not trying to be controversial or whatever, but you know what? Awesome comment. But save that comment for 2016 for the 2016 election, dude. Who cares, dude?
Right?
Man,
that's not going to affect the suit at all.
That don't affect nothing, dude. The suit's perfect. It will be when it's. Why don't you say it will be when it has a force field around it?
Right. Or even say it will be when I wear it. That sounds so much better.
Yeah, dude. Come on, man.
Why would you say that? Well, no. I'm sorry. I know why you said it, but that's not good. That's not good writing.
Yeah, dude, it's stupid writing. Well, here, Uncle Oz wins $1 million by writing this. The suit's perfect. Oh, it will be when it has the Infinity Gauntlet attached to it with a power ring. Oh, cool. Got it, dude.
All they had to say was, "It will be when I'm wearing it." You know, because then it's almost like you're making the suit perfect.
Or do a proper, respectful homage to it and go, the suit's perfect. It was perfect, and it will be again. Boom. I mean, dude,
it's so easy. Like, we just thought of two different ways you could have wrote that one line, because that pissed me off a little bit when she said it, because there was no reason for it.
I was like, okay, cool. Hey, Harley Quinn, get the suit to make it perfect. Put the suit on to make it perfect.
Hey, and you know what the worst part is? They got Luke just standing there with like a grin on his face, like, yeah, that's right.
No, dude, this dude sat there while she looked at that sculpture, and he was like, oh, wait, what are you doing? Dude, don't do it. If he was really on some Batman, Bat Family shit, he would have been like, yeah, keep looking at it, and would have bonked her head and knocked her out, dude. And then took her to the Batcave. I'm like, come on, man. And then she's like throwing out these like, she's a person, and I know you like Ruby, dude, but in that instance, to me, because I'm super old, she became the person at the party who I hated back in the day, who was like name dropping, like, well, you know, I've been with this person and this person, talking about something, you know, I would know because he was like a brother to me. And Uncle was like, man, shut up, dude.
And you know what else? Where is Alfred? You know that dude ain't leaving the Bat Mansion.
Dude, where's Alfred? Dude, where's Dick?
Where's Dick? Where's Tim? Where's Barbara? Where's Jim?
Where's Jason?
Jason might be dead. There is a possibility Jason might be dead.
Okay, that's cool. Where's everybody, dude?
Where's Jim? Where's Barbara? Where's Tim? Where's Talia al Ghul? Where's Harvey Dent?
Where's Lark, dude?
Where's Lark? I mean, come
on. Where's
Batmite,
dude? Where's Batmite
man?
Man?
Come on, man. Like, where's Huntress? Where's the Bertinellis?
Okay, so here, I'm a blow. See, wait, man, you just love getting me riled up, dude.
You mean to tell me Batman ain't tell nobody to come and check on Gotham?
No, dude, regular Scott. Here it goes. I'm gonna blow up the whole scene right now. This cat has been gone for 3 years, and Superman ain't say what's up Gotham.
Right, not once.
My best friend, what's up Gotham? What's going on?
All these different people he know, all these connections. You know, look, Green Arrow, Black Canary. You don't think he would have been? Hey, can y'all just check in on Gotham? You know, make sure. Dick, where's Dick at? Dick definitely would have been at Gotham.
Hey, yo, man. Alfred said Bruce hasn't had his cucumber sandwiches in like a couple days. Can y'all check in on him?
Oh, and Bruce Wayne is taking him 3 years to find the woman who's in Gotham right now as the supervillain. But he can't find her. But Kate Kane found her on her first night.
Dude. And it's bothered him for years when he couldn't figure out why he couldn't attach his Batarang to. Man, I'm like, get out of here, dude. Get out of here.
Like, he murdered those people,
with all
or
that.
presumed, but he killed them. He wouldn't have done that.
No. What it came out with Luke is like, Luke basically said, we didn't work out the physics and all this, dude. Batman's whole shit is like, so I will pose this question to everybody. In that universe where he has family that he loves, the only surviving family, you don't think he doesn't monitor what's going on with them all the time? Like the make and model of their car, what they do, what their routes and everything. I'm over it, dude. It was so... Oh, jeez, dude.
What are you giving The Flash?
Now here we go.
Here we go.
Just because I understand the grief stuff and it kind of hit me a little bit, I would give that a Jar Jar Binks with A Jar Jar Binks with the Iron Man Hulkbuster suit.
That's not good.
It's almost okay. It's not as good as the MGK, but it's still okay.
That's on par with Batwoman.
Well, I will. You know what? Well, MGK.
You could give it an MGK with Mira's wig.
You know what? Revise. I will give it a MGK with a Batman nipple bat suit from George Clooney.
Just one nipple.
With one nipple on the Batman suit.
Left or right side.
People are going, what are you talking about? I'll give it an MGK. I'll give it an MGK and call it that. Leave the day.
If you don't know what he's talking about, go check out Batman Forever and Batman and Robin and watch the opening montage with Batman suiting up, and you'll see what he's talking about.
Yeah, they both have nipples on their bat suit too. So Batman's original intent was he had the Batman emblem is on his chest to distract criminals to shoot at his chest, which is double-plated armor so they don't shoot at his face. Now, his new thing with George Clooney was, I have nipples so that the criminals will shoot at my nipples so they don't shoot at my face. Right, so,
Arrow. Oh, actually, The Flash, I'm going to give it a solid MGK.
Thank you.
Well, that's better than what you gave it. What do you mean? I gave it a solid MGK. You gave it.
Are we the same? Are we the same person? Are we not allowed to disagree?
No. We're definitely allowed to disagree. But you said it like we gave it the same thing.
We both gave it an MGK.
Okay, fine. I'll give it a goddaggone Iris West with a mirror wig.
That's terrible, dude. You know we didn't deserve that.
But see, I disagree because I like what they doing with the Crisis crossover coming. Like I like
No. You like the build up to Crisis, regular Scott. Yeah. I'm asking you what you think about the show.
The show is good because it's building. If there was no Crisis on the show and that wasn't like the central theme, that would change everything. But that's the central theme of the show.
Man, you the person that's like, well, wait, what's that? The cookout? What y'all having? Oh, that sounds delicious. But then you like, I'm like, when you actually are at the cookout and you eat the food, what do you actually taste, dude?
I taste a nice burger.
Not some good barbecue.
Listen, I didn't give it a 10. I didn't give it a solid Iris West. I didn't give it an Iris West with a gauntlet. I just gave it an Iris West with Mira's wig.
No, that's fine. Okay. I respect, dude.
Respect. What do you give an Arrow?
I can't wait for you to hear what you have to say about that. I saw interesting points about it, man. I'll give it a very, very MGK with a mirror wig, dude.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of Arrow.
I know you're not.
And I'm telling you, man, dude, I don't think I'm militant. I think I'm pretty easy, middle of the road, yellow line, middle of the road type of dude, you know, like very, very cool, you know, not prone to craziness. But man, I've always hated his relationship with Diggler, dude.
Diggle.
And that guy too. And that dude too. I've always hated it. Even his name Diggle.
John Diggle. Well, he's probably going to be in the Green Lantern, so.
Yeah, I hope they do something really awesome and rad with that guy, man. But
well, there's a rumor, since you know Greg Bertolini or Bertolini, I think. He's doing the Green Lantern show, and he has a little say in the CW show. So there's a rumor that John Diggle might be heading on over as Jon Stewart to the HBO Max show.
Did you know? So did you know what my middle name is? It's Jon Stewart Diggle. Which would be awesome. Which would be fine. I think he can make a good Jon Stewart. He looks like a good Jon Stewart.
I'd rather have the guy who plays Black Manta be Jon Stewart personally.
Well, I'm just saying that, but I'm just saying in the show,
Right.
I just got pissed off when he's just like, "You're my brother." I'm like, dude, your brother should not treat you like that, dude.
Well, you should have saw how he actually did treat his brother. Then you might understand.
Okay.
You didn't see that season.
Okay.
All right, but I'm just all right. I'm gonna give it a for me, it's definitely getting an Iris West. Last season, I maybe what you're saying is right. Maybe it's because of the crisis, like everything's getting a boost, but the looming crisis.
And you're being nostalgic because it's the last season too. Dude.
Absolutely.
Just admit it, man.
Well, but there's nothing I can do about that. Just because I've watched it from the beginning, so me as like just an Arrow guy, like this is a big deal, and I think what they're doing with Flash and Arrow, I like what they're doing with the main characters, because now it's kind of like we know Arrow's coming to an end. They kind of cast this doubt on the Flash, because who knows? Maybe they'll surprise us and maybe Barry Allen does die and we get Wally West or Bart Allen.
Oh, well, there's still this Nora stuff they're dealing with, too. So
yeah, Nora can go, too. I'm glad she's gone, but that's a whole other thing. I didn't enjoy her last
And
season.
she was supposed to be gone. He's supposed to have twins.
Well, maybe they will. Maybe the twins will be coming. We'll find out. We're going to have to keep this one brief because we are definitely over time.
Okay.
Titans.
Oh, yeah. Let's do Titans and wrap it up. Okay, go.
All right. What are your thoughts on Titans so far? We just got Jericho, the big Jericho storyline. And, well, spoiler alert for all this. I'm so sorry I haven't put one of those out. God dang, I am slipping.
Yeah, dun. No, I'll make Titans really quick for you. It's been a great ride. I'm always in for Titans. Man, that dude, that last scene with Dick where he's just like, "Excuse me, sir," and he punched that dude, and then he's just like, yeah, and it was interesting, man.
Can I just say Hank is just the man. Like, that actor has done
you mean for Hawk?
Yeah, Hank.
So, dude, I was thinking about them. It is totally a case of...
Can I finish what I was going to say?
It is totally a case of me interrupting you again, and let you finish what you're about to say.
Okay. You know what?
But what I was going to say was... No, I'm sorry, man. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, like, that guy is done a really good job as far as, like, just being able to emote different emotions.
Yeah, he's great. Dude.
Yeah,
he's awesome.
He's done a fantastic. He's
a good actor.
He's had the best character arc on the show, in my opinion.
Well, him and Dick Grayson, they're both really good actors, dude.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, I'm sorry, man. Finish your statement before I interrupt you.
That's all I wanted to say, is that he's just been great and has had arguably the best character arc.
No, he is good and cool, and those two together. I wish she was a little bit taller, but that's just my little pet peeve. But man, and you could totally tell that they're totally blatantly lip syncing that song. But man, I love it because he is this guy who will fuck you up if he had to, but he totally is like, what do you need, Don? Like, tell me what, like he is like, he can show his super sensitive side, and you can tell who wears the pants in the relationship, dude, and it's her, and it's been a good turn for that too, man. They're interesting, dude. That world, the world of Titans is a world where I'm like really super. I want to know about the other heroes there,
Yeah, no, I agree. But I will say this though: Hank don't want the problem with Dick though. He don't want to throw hands with Dick for real.
Dude, see, I'm gonna put it to you like this.
Not in that world.
No, I'm gonna put it to you like this, dude. Hank ain't always. He goes with his heart, and so if things turn to whatever, he would go blow to blow with Dick, dude.
You think he would take Dick in that world?
And I'm gonna show you respect to your boy. Dick is awesome, and he's great, but he knows if the situation came out where it was a situation where Hank had to like an emotional thing, he knows Hank would take it to him, dude.
He would hand Hank. He would use Hank's aggression against him.
Yeah. Well, you finally see in Titans a smart. God, I hate saying dick like this. A smart dick, like who fights and who uses his brain.
Well, you saw the opposite of that when he fought Deathstroke.
Well, but also like he lets his emotions get to him too, and he works. Part of his problem was, and I say was because I think you'll see it when he turns to Nightwing, they'll get better at it. That part of his problem was he was always trying to reconcile not being like Bruce when he needed to be Bruce.
But that's not Nightwing. Nightwing isn't Bruce though. Like that's not Dick.
But
Grayson's
that's not true. That's not true.
But Dick Grayson wouldn't have done that. What he did on that show to Jericho, Dick Grayson wouldn't have done that.
So that's true, but to who Nightwing is, the original intent of Nightwing was two different things. They did a reboot of his canon recently, but his two things were originally this. He wanted to show respect because he was being overshadowed by basically a person that winded up being a longer father to him than his parents have been, because he lost his parents at a young age like Bruce did. So he had to go between two of his father figures, Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent. And he chose to do Nightwing, which was a respect of both of them. And he said Nightwing out of like the story that he heard from Kandar. Where there are two superheroes that used to fight crime, where he got that out of. Now, the reboot was that there was a superhero named Nightwing who did this. Like, that's why he got it. But, like, dude, the point is that he's trying to find his own way, but he's a mix of all these things.
But what does that have to do with what we were talking about?
He's at his best he's at his best to me when he is like, finally let's go and like gets comfortable and lets himself be the Bruce Wayne that he has to be, but still be Dick.
But he wouldn't. The comic version of him wouldn't have done that. Not what he did to Jericho. Not to that extent.
Yeah, but man, we're talking. The TV show has like little to do with the comic version. And by the way, I'm still all in with Starfire right now. I'm like, cool. On a side note,
she can go. She can go. Garth can go. Raven can go. I'm ready.
Really?
I'm ready for a whole new crew.
Yeah. So okay. So here's your point. Here, to your point, they kind of messed up because when they introduced the old Titans, I'm like, oh, can I get a season where I just see actual Aqualad, Wonder Woman, Dick, and Hawk and Dove doing their thing?
Right, and maybe that's why I'm like those three can go. Keep Jason, but let me see what this group does.
No, dude, they were awesome, man. I'm like, good God, and what would have made that group even better is that they would have had a cyborg in that old group. That would have been the shit.
So let me ask you. I'm glad you brought that up. Do you think we get a cyborg this season at some point?
Too much. They kind of put too much stuff in there. It's too much power. So I think maybe next season, if they have a next season, we'll see something like that. But no, too much, dude.
Well, Doom Patrol season 2 is coming to HBO Max. So do you think?
Wow, dude.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's happening. Do you think? Oh, another rumor. While we're on Titans, and we kind of talked about the Crisis on Infinite Earth, there is an apparent rumor that we might get a glimpse of Titans Tower. This version of Titans in the Crisis on Infinite Earth.
Bring on the Hall of Justice. Bring on the Watchtower. Bring on the Titan Towers. Let's see everything. They should go CW just for making Batwoman and all those seasons of the Flash and Green Arrow and Black, even introduced us to Black Lightning, the TV show, should go all out to repair the damage they've done.
I don't believe there's I think Arrow opened a lot of doors as far as comic book TV shows.
Yes, as in to make people start feeling really super saturated with Batman.
Well, maybe so, but like I genuinely think that because of how well it did, especially its first 2 seasons, and then to be able to create these spin-offs off of it, I think Arrow opened a lot of doors and just kind of gave people the confidence to be like, we can put these superhero TV shows out there. I don't think we have this great superhero TV show kind of, bonanza we have if Arrow isn't the success it is.
No. We wouldn't have Flash if it wasn't for that. But I'm just saying, dude, it's just, yeah, okay.
Part of it is also I started with it, and I want to see it through. You know what I mean? I started with the character, and this is the last season. I have to see it through at this point.
So let me ask you a question before we go. Have you watched The Watchmen?
I did. I fell asleep halfway through. But let me say this though: the intro, the opening act, the first 15 minutes with the little boy and running, that's great. That's fantastic.
It's a good show, dude. It's a very good spin on society, and a lot of people, a lot of basement boys have been getting really upset about that. So,
well, that's because they're not used to having a black female as a prominent central superhero character.
Yeah, and they're also not used to Rorschach being seen as a right wing crazy nut that he was. So.
I mean, what? That's exactly what he was.
Yeah,
in the movie, in the comic, that's exactly
in the comic, in the movie, that's exactly what he was. He was crazy, dude. He was this right wing nutso, dude,
he was legit crazy.
Yeah, I'm like, what the? Okay, he's 7th Cavalry. Okay.
Well, there's people who are saying that the comic isn't political.
Dude, the point. So, it said that Alan Moore wrote Watchmen as a take on sexuality and society and stuff like that. And then the movie turned into a very kind of political thing. But no, Alan Moore wrote that as a commentary on the 80s. On the 80s and superhero groups that why wouldn't you do this?
They probably, most of them probably haven't read the comic.
And people hate the fact that there's so much legacy too. Dude, if your mom or your dad was in a superhero group, you best believe if you had powers that you would be supposed to be heir apparent to another superhero group or do that. It's legacy, dude. It's the same thing we're dealing with politics right now, Well,
even if you don't have powers, even a guy like Night Owl, you know what I mean? You're gonna follow in the footsteps of your hero.
Oh, it's so silly.
All right, well, back to Titans. What are you giving Titans on our scale so far this season?
Oh, well, dude, it's Titan. Come on, man. Don't ask silly questions. Titans will definitely be getting some Irish West treatments. So,
what were your last question about Titans before I give my ranking? What were your thoughts on the scene where, spoiler alert, by the way, this is a pretty big spoiler, where Dick Grayson goes and talks to Jericho's mom with Slade in the other room?
That was deep, dude. But then my other thing was, come on, dude. You didn't sense in your Batman detective skills that someone was around?
I think he did. Part of me thinks.
I think he knew. I think he was trying to I think he was going there either to get redeemed or get his ass kicked.
That's what I think. I think he knew Slade was there, and he was like, "Yo, I deserve this butt whooping I'm about to get."
Yeah,
that's what I think. But that might be, and this is just me personally. That might be my favorite scene of the series.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
The mom does a great job.
Oh yeah, dude. She was. Yeah, it was very good. But man, also I loved when everybody left. Everybody was like, "I'm gone." You know.
Yeah, except Garth.
And Garth was like, I ain't got nowhere to go. And this is a plush pad, dude. I'm chilling.
See, if Garth would have left, there's your entryway back to Doom Patrol.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's fine because Connor woke up and then he started attacking all the cops. So and then they got Crypto attacking the cops. How y'all gonna do the dog? Like make the dog do that? Now he a victim, or not a victim, but now he's a bad guy.
Well, and I'm looking for a white dude with a Superman T-shirt and a white super strong dog. I'm like, come on, dude.
No, they probably in a wolf.
A white wolf. If you see that albino wolf, let us know.
He looks
come on,
looks
dude.
like Ghost from Game of Thrones.
Whose eyes can fire heat vision.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with that. Rose and Jason Todd then went off together, so they're about to go make a baby.
Yeah, they're gonna make a little weird.
I'm excited for next week. I'm curious to see how this all wraps up. I'm looking forward to Dick Grayson becoming Nightwing.
Oh yeah,
and beating.
Yeah,
Slade.
I want to see the suit, dude.
He's gonna beat Slade.
Well, because he's gonna be free of his guilt and just go all in and kick his ass.
Because he is going to prove himself to be the best hand-to-hand fighter in that universe.
I guess, dude.
I mean, well, maybe not the best, but he's gonna be the guy that people are like, all right, like he'll be the last.
Dude, look, man, you will say anything to make Dick Grayson seem okay. It's fine.
I don't have to. You watch Titans and you see what type of dude Dick Grayson is. Everybody knows what that guy all about. Don't nobody want that problem for real. Hey, look, you saw that. That's why Hank sucker punched him. You noticed that, like Hank kind of went up to him like he was going to be.
No,
like, it's okay.
It was not a sucker punch. It was going. Here's a punch. I just punched you in your face because you betrayed me. Now do what you would. Now you do something.
No, I don't think it was like that. I don't think Hank was expecting him to retaliate.
Oh, I know Hank wasn't going to.
No, I don't think Hank thought.
No. I know Hank wasn't expecting Dick to retaliate because he was like, "Go ahead."
Dick would have hands Hank.
Okay.
Hank can't beat Dawn. What you mean? Hank ain't beating Dawn. And look,
but Don's got lethal stuff too, dude.
And I'm gonna tell you this: if Hank would have went at Dick, Starfire would have had something for all of them.
Here and look, we gotta go. I know, but look, let me say this: that woman making that threat to Hank and Don, I would have been like, "Yeah, we're gonna take care of you tonight, dude."
Oh yeah, the little hillbilly chick, right?
I would have literally said, "Let's finish making love in the truck, and we're gonna take care of her tonight, dude." She don't even know who we are, dude. I would. That would not have been. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you did because that's gonna come back and bite him.
That's how accidents happen, dude.
Hank's gonna die.
Yeah.
Oh, you think Hank's gonna die?
Okay, yeah. So like, no. I think something's gonna happen to Don. Silly, you know.
Yeah, they should have went ahead and handled that. That would have been an easy fix.
Well, yeah, it will happen. All right.
Well, I'm giving it an Iris West as well. It's been real strong, solid.
Yeah.
You know.
Told you, son.
It's been a really good season so far. A lot of people don't like it. I don't know why. Shout out to Money. I know Money's been enjoying it as well.
It's a good ride, man. It's a good ride.
Yeah, it's definitely good. When you watch, if you don't like the first episode, that should be give it like the first 3. Tell me what you
give it the first 3 because it's got action, it's got weird storylines, man. Give it a thing.
Give it a shot. Give it a shot. All right, Oz, let's get to our final blow. We just went over the 2-hour mark. That's your fault.
Wow, dude.
What you got for the final blow?
Final blow. I'm looking forward to. I want to get a little more research into the Wonder Woman animated movie that's coming out. That's been a topic that I'm kind of curious about. Other than that, yeah, man, just trying to catch up on some movies and keep my nerdom strong.
No doubt. For my final blow, and the Wonder Woman movie is called Bloodlines. I want to say the Joker is about to become the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time, which makes me happy because that movie deserves all the accolades it gets. I'm hoping this leads to more kind of Black Label villain centric movies. Like I'd love to see a Deathstroke movie like that, so
all balls out.
Yeah, just very John Wick-esque, and I hope this, even a Deadshot movie, you know what I mean, could work in that same vein. Like I hope this opens the door for all that. So my final blow is DC, stick with this, man. Don't let this go by the wayside.
Don't blow
this.
it.
Yeah, don't blow this, man. There's momentum here. You got a bright future. Let's knock this bad boy out. You know what I mean? And this little tidbit for you. Bruce Wayne and spoiler alert for comics. Bruce Wayne and Bane just unmasked in front of each other in the latest Batman comic.
Ah, jeez. Okay.
So, just thought I'd leave you with that little tidbit.
Literally, everyone in the latest Batman comic, everybody knows who Bruce Wayne is, and everybody knows where the Batman cave is.
And if they don't, just ask Kate Kane. She'll find it in 5 minutes.
Yeah, dude, there's like literally a sign that goes this way to the Batcave.
Also, again, follow us on Twitter at Need4Marvel_DC. That's the number 4. Make sure you like, subscribe for iTunes, Spreaker, Radio Public, Spotify, iHeartRadio, anywhere you get your podcasts. We'll be there. Like, subscribe. That way you'll be the first one to get the podcast. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, all social media platforms. Email us at Need4Marvel_DC at GoToFiLife.com. Tell everyone we'll talk to them next time.
As usual, good people, peace and chicken grease.
And y'all have a good time because we're going to have a good time until we talk to y'all next time. Peace.
Peace. What you doing on a Sunday? Nah.
Oh, you know what? I am so glad you were back on the show, V's. I got to tell you something.